It's Friday, which means it's time for arts and culture. We have our culture correspondent, Choi Soo-hyung, here in the studio. Welcome back, Soo-hyung.
Thanks for having me.
So what do you have for us tonight?
Yes, just before we start, let me just ask you something.
Sure.
Do you usually read a lot?
Well, I do love books, and I try to read as much as I can, I have to say.
Yeah, just me too. And today, I want to share some story for anyone who loves books, who wants to love books, or is just interested in them. I went to the Seoul International Book Fair. Let me tell you, it was really crowded with excited visitors. Just visiting the book fair felt like being part of a cultural trend, and it was a chance to see how Korean literature is valued around the world. Here's the full story. The rich, nostalgic scent of ink and paper fills the venue. Crowds have flooded the hall, reading, touching, and experiencing books up close. The 2025 Seoul International Book Fair opened on Wednesday, June 18th, and tickets were all sold out even before the event started.
I come every year out of habit, but it really feels like there are more people each year. It's just so nice to see that so many people in Korea truly love books.
Under this year's theme, The Last Resort, the fair has invited visitors to find their own peaceful last resort in books. Beyond books, book-related goods, merchandise, and open-to-all book talks and author lectures are major crowd pullers, especially attracting young people eager to enjoy book culture.
Although the publishing industry faces challenges, I keep seeing that many people still love books themselves. There's a reason why a book needs to be a book, even with so much digital content out there. We put effort into creating books that people want to buy, own, and read by finding designs that best complement the text.
We wanted to show how book culture extends beyond paper into many content formats like merchandise. And a new generation is rediscovering the power of books and freely expressing their identity through them. Our goal is to create a space where everyone can enjoy and celebrate that culture.
International interest in discovering Korean authors and literary content is heating up as well. Korean literature is in the global spotlight thanks to novelist Han Gang's winning the Nobel Prize in Literature. That buzz is fueling a record turnout at this year's Seoul International Book Fair, with around 150,000 visitors expected by this weekend. Over 530 publishers from 17 countries, including Taiwan, France, Germany, and Thailand, are taking part in the event. A German publisher participating in the fair for more than 20 years says Korean literature stands out for its modern blend of history and pop culture.
But then we had a new trend worldwide with young adult, fantasy, romance, and Korea is very strong in that. Korea is very strong in contemporary, strong fantasy, which goes back into history, but also using elements of all art of popular culture. The integration of popular culture into literature, I think it's a phenomena from Korea.
The Seoul International Book Fair runs until Sunday, June 22nd.
What an exciting venue, Soo-hyung, but we often hear how struggling the print publishing industry is. What do you think is driving such huge interest in a book fair like this one?
Yeah, an independent publisher earlier we met said we are now seeing a shift back from digital books to analog reading habits, and people just realize that turning pages and even feeling paper
it does feel good.
Yeah, and even connecting the content with content physically is something that digital books cannot replace. So she also mentioned books offer an emotional connection, and that may be what's driving the growing enthusiasm around the book fair. The Publishers Association also said reading is now seen as a proud part of personal identity, a shift from the past. The fair was designed to help people enjoy that pride. They said that with this reading culture change, financial support for producing a high-quality book would help the industry.
Now, I do have to ask, has the perception of Korean literature changed in any way since Hangang won the Nobel Prize.
Yeah, that's right. Things have absolutely changed. Just books used to be somewhat overlooked compared to films or cartoons, but Korean publishing has quietly developed to a world-class level. And Hangang's Nobel Prize win became a turning point, helping the world rediscover the strength and global competitiveness of Korean literature with great authors and high-quality works. An official I met at the French booth said her win sparked even greater interest not only in Korean books, but in Korean culture as well.
In France, poetry books don't sell well, so publishers rarely release them. However, they chose to translate and publish Hangang's very first poetry collection into French, a bold and groundbreaking move.
France, famous for many Nobel winners holding a key place in global literature, is now making more efforts to discover other talented Korean authors thanks to Hangang.
Well, for anyone interested, we have the entire weekend to enjoy the book fair. Thank you for coming in today.
Thanks for having me. Thank you.